what I'm going to do here this morning, right off the bat, see, I didn't move her around or anything. All I did was go out and get her. One thing you got to understand about that I do so much stuff with horses that people don't even think of doing. You know, just when I go out and get them, you know, just to see what I'm going to have to deal with. So even though I've only ridden this horse once in the last 3 years, that was just the other day I rode her and I didn't videotape that. I'm going to show you what I do when I got a horse in for training. It's probably not the best thing, but I'll pay real close attention as to what I got. So, I mean, one thing with her is putting a reins over her head. So, and I deal with that differently depending on what I got for a horse. So even if, you know, I just happen to have the Hackamore and that's how I get her, so I actually have to put the loop reins over her head anyway. But if I was just going out to get her with a halter and lead rope, I would just fold my lead rope like this, you know, so I got a loop. Right? Now I'll focus on her ear. So I already did this out in the pasture with it. I focus on her ear, and if she'll tip her nose here like that, I won't put it on. Now I'll go here. See, like I said, I've already done this with her out there, and because she's she's a very soft horse. See? See, again, I'll pick up my rein, shift my weight back, and I pay attention to how crooked they're going. If I'm got my weight and I'm centered, she should back up straight. If she doesn't back up straight, say she backs up to my right, well, I'm going to disengage that hindquarter. So I'll pick my reins up. I'm going to ask here. That's pretty dang light. I felt a little bit of tension in the rein. See, if you feel tension in the rein, that means there's still tension back here. Whereas the other side, which really surprised the heck out of me, but she's no dummy either. And she knows, just after me riding her one time, that I'm no dummy either. So I'll look, much better, shift my weight back. See, I'm not pulling on her whatsoever. If I want to stop, I put my hand down on her neck. Yeah. So if I pick my reins up, pay attention. I'll shift my weight here. Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That's what I want to see. See, so just because I can get this doesn't mean somebody else can get on her right away and get there. Just because one man can kiss a woman doesn't mean the next man coming along can kiss her. So the second exercise, you just go somewhere, right? You're going to go straight, right? I'm going to get my exhale, get my stop, weight back, and then I'm going to get the forehand to go. So you got to get the weight going back before that forehand will go. See, a lot of people, what they want to do here, see, she's doing it wrong. I want the forehand. I'm asking for the forehand. But if I tip her head too much, what she's going to do is break in the middle. I don't want her to. I give her a little more direction here. See? It's because she's going backwards, right? But when I start to ask for the turn, she starts to think forward, which is taking her weight off of her hindquarters. Understand the fact. So get it here, there. Backwards. See, I'm not going to argue with her face. If she wants to argue, she's going to argue with someone else. Not with me. Exhale. That's good. Didn't have to. So get my weight back. Much better. See, you could tell for one thing, this rib cage isn't pushing against my leg. If it's pushing against your leg, she's already bent this way. I don't want her bent that way. Even though I'm going to turn that way, I want her back like this so that she can just lift the forehand. Lift the forehand like this. See my rib cage? See, that's one thing you got to understand. When you want that to come off the ground, you got to have this. See my ribs? She's got to have the same thing. See, not very good. So I'm gonna give me some weight shift back. See, much better. Because I keep my ribs like this. Because that's what I want out of her. Well, like I said, that other exercise is primarily just riding forward, exhale, get the stop, get the weight shift back, and turn. Like that. Go forward. So, you might say, and I might ask you this, a lot of people are kind of wondering, and yeah, things right now in this country aren't very good, and am I hiding with my horses? Absolutely. It's not, because you got to understand one thing. When I say hiding, I'm not hiding. If you hang around with horses enough, you understand what's really important to them. And when they're concerned about what goes on and where they are, what they do is actually unite. The herd gets closer and closer together. So it's not that I avoid controversy. That's what a lot of these people in this country are doing right now. See, everybody's going in their own different direction. There is no herd. There is no unity. So they go to what is their own safe place, which really for most of the people nowadays is only at their home, on their property, and then they avoid the rest of the world. Horses never, no matter how bad things are happening outside the herd, whether there's mountain lions or a pack of wolves, they don't avoid that just because it's controversy. They prepare themselves. If they can't move their feet enough, they'll do battle if they have to survive. See? So, a lot of people are kind of wondering, and yeah, I'm certainly very concerned about what's going on in this world right now. So I stay close to what I know understands all this. See, horses understand it. They don't avoid it. It's like what happens out there is like watching the news, right? They don't say, I'm not going to watch the news because it's all negative. No, it's all negative because stuff in your world is not good. If you just avoid that and don't want to acknowledge the fact that things outside your little world aren't so good, avoiding it doesn't make it go away. And believe me, if things really get bad in this world, where you think you are safe, you're not. So you're not going to be prepared for all this stuff. You're just going to, the wolves will come in and eat you. That's all there is to it. Because you keep turning your back on controversy. No, it's going to get to a point, just like with a horse, it's fight or flight. They get to a point where they can't run anymore, they're going to fight. So, I don't care what anybody says about what's going on in this country right now. It's not good. So that's where I'm at. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you're crazy, because their jobs, I lived in that world. Money, material things. It really doesn't matter to me anymore. Because I've hung around with horses so much, they'll tell you exactly, which is very minimal. and it's unity. We don't have any unity in this country right now. So what I'm looking for is more people that feel the same way I do, and you pay attention to what's happening. That's where I'm at. Because horses have survived this way for millions of years, and they haven't changed. There's a reason why they haven't changed. Not because they're not stupid. They keep the primary things that are important in their lives. Right, baby?